Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys, let's take a look at the Bitcoin market as usual on Mondays. So you can see last week we do not have really significant price action, so that was actually not quite inside 1 week, but in general as you can see the trading range was not really very significant. So on the weekly chart the hash ribbon indicator shows the buy signal as well, so it means that at least by the logic of this indicator the hash rate is starting to rise, and it tells that the capitulation of the bears, so as you can see it's not, here is the sign, the capitulation. The capitulation of the miners is over and they return back to the mining again, and hash rate starts to rise, and that gives us the buy signal. So as you know, this indicator shows the averages of the hash rate. So in general, even without this indicator, we could say that one thing, that once market stands still around 72 support, this is major weekly support as you can see, 618 support, it keeps chances on the bullish action. And in general, in recent few weeks, this spike down showing the washing rings of these lows, return it back up, this is bullish candle guys. So it means that stops have been grabbed below this level, market returns right back up, and that could become something really important for the market, because market theoretically could use it as the first sign, the first step on the way up. That is possible. Also guys, we prepared our sentiment analysis in December for the Bitcoin market and put it in our blog, and in general we could say that situation stands better than in November. So here we see that the trading volume on back futures is rising, institutional investors, the large hedge funds as Fidelity starts business in the cryptocurrency market. So the situation gradually is developing, and we think that one of the major driving factors for the market right now is expansion. So we do not see some real signs break out in some new inventing, discover something on this in the blockchain and in the cryptocurrency sphere, but we see that market right now is turning to the direction of the expansion, and that as market becomes larger, the more money comes to the market and increases the demand, and it should support the market in the long-term perspective. Among the major risks we see a regulation, because as you can see it's not a secret that currently all central banks are really worried with the cryptocurrencies, especially with Facebook, Libra, and that was really a shock for the central banks, because when you control it, or at least could make impact on the 1/3 of the whole population of the planet, and you are issuing your own currency, well, it's really big power could be concentrated in your hands. Just imagine what could you do if you will be able to issue your own currency. You could pay for any big event, for example. You could I don't know, George Soros just haven't seen it in the dream, I suppose. So you could control politics, you could control economics, economical factors, you could control a big mass of people with this money. So you could do everything you would like to, and that is really a risk for governments, and regulation could be really major risk factor for the cryptocurrency, because as you understand, governments just could destroy any cryptocurrency by putting the strong, strict regulations on it. So that's what about our analysis of the sentiment. You could read about it more in our article on the December sentiment analysis. On the weekly chart, guys, in 2 words, while market stands above this support, it keeps chances to proceed upward action. At the same time, what I not really like here is that, well, market stands below the OP. So these lows is in fact ABC top OP target, and usually when the market shows fake downward continuation, some kind of the failure breakout, it tends to return back faster. But in our case, market has shown drop below this OP, but still stands flat without no upward continuation. That's the one thing that's a bit makes me worry on the bullish perspective. But we will see what will happen, because currently the most important thing is this loss, and it will be vital point currently for the market. If market will break it down, in this case we will see downward continuation to the XLP target of the same pattern. Conversely, whilst market stands above it, as I said, it keeps chance on upward continuation. That's what we have on the weekly. On the daily chart, guys, I suppose that we could consider something of that sort. So we do not have the pure head and shoulders pattern, because the ratio between these swings are not very typical. So here is a bit less than 127. From these lows to this top, it's less than 127. But still, in general, we could recognize the shape of the pattern. And I think that since market actually was standing in a strong downward actions, bearish momentum is still here. That is the first upward significant retracement. I suppose that here is probably we should get some deeper pullback. So some kind of the ABCD pattern maybe. And by this logic, it seems that we could keep an eye on some area between 78, 50, 60, 68, 50, 69, 50, somewhere in this area. This could be the level that we could think about taking the long position, especially if we'll get something like Gartner's triple to buy here, something of that sort. Because in general, guys, you can see market even hasn't broken yet the downward tendency. So you can see lower lows and lower highs are forming, and we don't have yet even the reversal bullish swing. But some conditions are made for that, and we just need to see what will happen with this pattern. If market will start dropping lower, taking out of these lows, well, in this case, things should happen that we just have discussed on the weekly chart. So that will be bearish situation. Trend here stands bullish by the MACD, as you can see. So from that standpoint, situation is not bad actually. On the 4-hour time frame chart, that's the pattern that we could consider. Last week, if you remember, we talked about a bit more narrow pattern. This was A, B, C top right here. But as you can see, this deep retracement down has happened. Still, I suggest that this is not yet the real upward continuation. So that's just a bit more extended BC leg of the pattern. You will get AB equals CD. That pattern, you'll see that it creates an agreement with the major FIB support, 69 area. So I think that will be a good point technically to consider the long entry, because it will be a strong support. It will be some kind of the Gartner's triple to buy at this place. It keeps the harmony with the in a row with the hand and shoulders on the daily chart. And from the technical point, this will be a relatively comfortable level to consider it for taking the long position. And now we will just see what will happen and what price action will happen on Bitcoin market.